It's cool to deal with the game going.
Strap on your boots and throw on your cowboy hat. We are live from Knights Country as the Tesoro Titans ride on down to take on the San Marcos Knights. Welcome in, everybody. I'm your host, Brady Chesler. Alongside me, my co-host, Tyja Knowles. From Tesoro, Coach Jason and Eddie Gaia. And our special guest of the week, San Marcos alumni, former Blue Crew president, and San Marcos varsity baseball player, Stephen Pittman. Stephen, how do you feel to be back on your old campus?
Feels good. I haven't been here in a little bit, but it's good to be back. See Blue Crew doing their thing, and it's really good to be back.
We got a great game in store for you today. The Tesoro Titans from the southern section are going to take on the San Marcos Knights from the San Diego section. And this was actually a rematch from last week. Last week, 2024, week 2, San Marcos went up to Tesoro to take them on in a game. That game favored 42-28 in favor of the San Marcos Knights. Offense was explosive. So, Tesoro, what are some keys what are some adjustments you think Tesoro has to make to kind of bounce back from last year, change the result?
We graduated a lot of seniors last year, so we kind of have a new crew this year. So we're just learning the offense, learning the defense, going over a few things. So it's a work in progress, but we're excited to be down here and happy you guys are hosting us, and looking forward to an exciting game tonight.
Yeah, last game, San Marcos Knights offense was an absolute explosion. They put up 42 points on the board. Crete Makahele with an amazing game, 469 pass yards, 6 touchdowns on a 58% completion percentage. Tasha, how does Crete recreate another game like that?
I mean, Crete's always got to come out with power, come out, knows players, run the plays. His receivers got to make sure they get open. So just got to execute. Always got to execute.
Yeah, and another significant detail, Coach, you mentioned a lot of lost seniors for Tesoro. San Marcos kind of having the same feat as well, as all 6 touchdowns last year were scored by seniors. Those include Colton Willard with 1, Caleb Reese with 1, Tabari Lane with 1, as well as Jason Nix, who had another amazing game, 7 receptions, 166 yards, and accounted for 3 touchdowns. Pity, how do you think San Marcos, what changes do they have to make with the loss of seniors they experienced?
I think they obviously just got to go in with confidence, knowing that anything's possible. I think they got to execute the plays, and obviously the receivers need to be locked in and do their thing.
Jet sweep to number 18.
And Tesoro, another significant name that they lost, Cash O'Byron. He was the starting quarterback last year. He was a senior. He also had an amazing game in that San Marcos game last year. 257 yards in the air on 57% completion, as well as 14 carries on the ground for 126 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Really used his legs. How does Tesoro adjust with a new quarterback, Vaughn Steiner, taking control?
Well, at the end of last year, Cash actually got injured, and Vaughn had to step up and play. So, as a result, coming into this new season, I think he feels a lot more comfortable. He's able to move well in his shoes and kind of get the feel for the game better, not have all those nerves ready. So I think this season he's ready to just go to town and play his game.
Another significant fact about that game, the pass rush on both sides. Both teams, with a pretty good pass rush either way, but it seemed like San Marcos had the more significant pass rush in that game. They had 7 total sacks in that game, 3 from Ty Sagasser, half from Chase Gladden, 1 from Elijah Bechtel, a half from Carson Seitman, and 2 from Kieran Sullivan. That's another couple seniors. Tyja, how do you think this pass rush is going to have to adjust with losses like Chase Gladden, Elijah Bechtel, Kieran Sullivan, 3 significant members of the defense all gone?
I mean, like Coach Jones said, our last guest on this show, there's nobody to replace people like Jace Nix and Caleb Reese. So somebody has to still step up, though. Somebody has to become a star, and we need that because it all came from the seniors last year. We need the seniors this year to do the same.
Definitely. And one of the superstar seniors that you could talk about, Ty Sagasser, Navy commit. He'll be going next year. Like we said earlier, 3 sacks in the last game. Had a huge effort. What do you think he can do to lead this defensive line as well as the rest of the guys against this Tesoro defense or Tesoro offense?
I mean, he's always coming in with lots of energy. he wants to get to that quarterback every time, and he tries his darndest. And yeah, so he's just great kid, great player, really strong. Every time he gets that sack, he wants another. So he just got to do what he does best, and it'll work out for him.
Definitely. A lot of really hungry players on this team, always trying to get in the action, always trying to make a statement. And then we look over to Tesoro. They also had a pretty good pass rush, although not quite the same results as last year. They had 12 hurries, a lot of players putting a lot of pressure on Crete Makahele, but only 3 sacks to show for it. How does Tesoro make an adjustment with the defensive line? How are they able to apply more pressure and really finish the job and get home?
Turn this one over to the defensive guy.
I mean, last year we didn't have our seniors were great at mentoring our upcoming juniors who are now seniors, and especially we have our kid Gleb. He's a menace, and he's a great leader, and he's able to lead our D-line really well and pump them up. And so this year, even in practice, the intensity level has been raised to a whole new level, and I think they're just ready to show what they've been working on in tonight's game.
Definitely. A lot of really good players on both sides of both of these teams. You know, a lot of talent pretty much anywhere you look in Southern California. But who do you guys think are some key players to watch in this night's game?
Tonight, Akita, for Tesoro, we got a great offensive line, some excellent seniors that are ready to play. Nick Brubaker will be our leading running back. We've mentioned Vaughn Steinert, our quarterback, senior veteran. Even though he hasn't as much experience in the past, he's still a senior, he's a leader. Braden White, Braden Vaca are our main receivers, so we're kind of more well-balanced this year than we have been in the past, so just looking forward to a more well-rounded, balanced offensive unit.
And then turning over to San Marcos, once again, a lot of key talent on this team. Who are some guys you guys are going to be watching tonight?
Like you said, Ty Sagasser, love to see him play, love to see him get out there, really be aggressive. Looking forward to that. And a new guy brought up from freshman, Ty Westenberger.
Check it down.
He's a big guy. Some could say he's made for football. Coaches have put a lot of work into him, so I'm hoping to see some good out of him this season.
Definitely, Ty Westenberger. He does look like an absolute unit. Vinny, who are some key players you think will do well in tonight's game?
Obviously, got to shout out Crete. It's his senior season. Obviously, he wants to go out with a bang, so I think he's going to be locked in. Obviously, wants to get that win over Tesoro again. I think Carson Monaghan is also a good player. Super quick, dual sport athlete. So I'm looking forward to see how both of them are going to play tonight.
Definitely. Crete Makahele, obviously the main lead star of this team. He's the guy that, when you think of San Marcos football, you think of Crete Makahele. He's definitely the one centerpiece of this team. And obviously both of these teams having met up last year in week 2, they've kind of experienced each other, know what they look like, know how their play styles are going to be, got a lot of tape and a lot of experience against each other. What do you think are some adjustments that both teams are going to have to make in this game to have a better result?
I think this year coming in, it's still real early in the season, so we're still learning a lot. So I think both teams can make the proper adjustments to fit accordingly. But nonetheless, I'm really excited to be down here. Great facility, great campus you guys have here. Real happy to be here, and just again looking forward to an exciting game.
All right, what do you guys think are some key adjustments they can make this game?
Carried by number 14, Ryan Brundage.
I think a key adjustment St. Marcos can make is just keep playing with confidence. Obviously, I think after last week, it was kind of a brutal loss. They want to come back and just get a win, start off the season. Like he said, Coach said, it's still early, so everyone's still learning, kind of got to deal with some things that go wrong, but I think the key adjustment to make is just, stick with the play call, be confident, and it'll work out in their favor.
Yep, certainly. And I think one key adjustment that San Marcos is going to make is now the home field advantage. Vinny, you were at the game last year. You saw very little to none student section at San Marcos last year up in Tesoro, but obviously here, it's a lot different story. I mean, the San Marcos fan section, the Blue Crew, really defines the meaning of a home field advantage. How is having a student section this year going to really affect the game for San Marcos?
Yeah, last year was a little bit brutal. It was I think it was just Blue Crew out there. Not a lot of student section. So, obviously having the home field advantage, having, the loud crowd behind you, really will pump up the players. And then Tesoro, obviously they probably won't have too much on their side, probably just family. So they don't have a whole lot of that energy and stuff to go behind them. So I think having the student section with just being pumped up, having the music going, chants going, San Marcos does a good job of just celebrating any good thing that happens, and it'll help pump up the players and give them more of a reason to go out there and win.
Definitely. This fan section is going to provide a lot of electricity. This is one of the best fan sections in San Diego. As we stated last week, they're 5-time Battle of the Fans champions. That is not a title you get very easily, and they definitely prove it week in and week out every Friday night here at the field. And now we look back to last week. Not quite the result that San Marcos wanted. They fall to Mount Miguel 28-27. It was a really competitive game. They failed a 2-point at the very end of the game that would have given them the lead. Taja, what do you think about the choice to go for 2 there at the end of the game?
I mean, I think there was pros and cons to everything. It was a hard decision. I know it was a hard decision, but you got to try to get that win as much as possible. I mean, you can't really go for 1 there. It's not really the smartest. So I understand where the coach is coming from, but it came out in a loss.
Certainly. It's a very bold call to make, going for 2, trying to play for the win, but I think that's just the mentality that the San Marcos team has had. They've been trying to be way more aggressive in these past couple of years. As they started to find some recent success, they want to show that they can be a team that can compete, and not just be another team to walk through in your schedule, but be a team where you see them in your schedule and you're going to start to get scared. You're going to have to start really planning against that team. I think it's a great call. You're going against a team like Mount Miguel. They have really, really good players. 7 guys are committed. They got another 7 guys with at least 1 collegiate offer. That's not a team where, it's gonna be a hard battle. It's gonna be a dogfight. That's what it was. And I think that last play really just summarized what that game ended up being. I think I really liked the call. It didn't quite go the way they wanted to, but I think it was a great decision. And then we look over, another problem with that game, a lot of turnovers. Haley, 3 interceptions, and kind of Voorhees with a fumble. Not quite what you want from an offense. How does San Marcos rebound from the turnovers? How can they improve this week?
I mean, you got to start it early. You can't give up interceptions or fumbles early, because then that's an easy way to stack it up. That's an easy way to put your heads down. You got to keep your head up the entire game, play all the way through to that final buzzer race.
Yeah, I think first game jitters, just had to get those out. Crete, we know he's a good quarterback. He has it in him. I think it was just probably a lot of first game nerves, So I think he'll be looking to bounce back this game, and I think he'll be locked in and he'll have a lot better game.
We'll definitely try to recreate his performance against last week against Tesoro in week 2. And we're going to go to a quick intermission, and when we come back, we'll bring up some more points about Tesoro and their game last week against El Toro, as well as some game picks around San Diego.
Hope you guys are liking high school. you guys are liking high school game day. My name is Jack. I'm here with Joe, and today I'm competing for the field goal challenge and hopes to win a few gift cards. If you guys want to try it as well, there's a bunch of signups everywhere online. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Hope you guys are liking high school game day. My name is Jack. I'm here with Joe, and today I'm competing for the field goal challenge and hopes to win a few gift cards. If you guys want to try it as well, there's a bunch of signups everywhere online. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Go, baby.
Welcome back to San Marcos High School Game Day. I'm your host, Brady Chesler, and we want to welcome our kicking field goal contestant winner, Jack Kenyon. He's going to come on screen here. Congratulations on hitting the kick. You'll get your gift card in the ASB room on Tuesday. Excellent kick. Thank you for participating. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Sounds good.
And now we welcome you back. So, looking back at last week, we want to go quickly. Tesoro, their fortunes last week were a lot better than San Marcos. They won their game 24-14 at El Toro. They jumped out to a big lead with 24 unanswered points, and El Toro just couldn't quite come back in time. Couple big performances from some players. How is the offense going to be able to get out early again this week?
Well, El Toro being our first game, we had all year, all summer to prepare. As the first game, that's all you're thinking about through the whole summer period, spring period, beginning of fall camp. And so we were able to come out strong and get a good lead early and kind of have some insurance points that are ready for us. And today, we're just hoping that our preparations in this last week was able to bring us up to a level where we're able to come out and compete as hard as we did last week.
Fourth and goal.
Certainly. You talk about some players who had some big performances. Senior quarterback Von Steiner, he threw 2 touchdowns. He had a pretty big game. Nick Brubaker with a 96-yard touchdown run with a big play, big explosive play there. And then on the defense, big plays from the defense. Zach Clayton had an interception. Jackson Mello had 2 interceptions. How's the defense going to be able to stay hot from last week?
We've done a lot of preparation through film, and obviously, Jackson Mello and Zach Clayton, they've been putting in their time.
Touchdown! San Marcos, number 19, Gringo!
From the defense and the offensive teams on the other side, and really understand their concepts and what they're trying to do. And so, as
6 minutes left in the game.
Their time in film and studying, and knowing where to be, they're athletic enough to make those plays, and they'll be able to come out hard as they should be.
And then we talked a little bit earlier about senior quarterback Von Steiner. He's been the one who's kind of taken over this team, taking control of the reins. How does a quarterback like him, what kind of impact has he made to this Tesoro squad?
Vaughn, just as himself, he's a leader. He's good at pumping.
Extra point is good by the kicker, number 60, Eric.
He's very passionate about the sport. He puts a lot of time and effort in.
6 minutes left in the game.
He's never
Score, San Marcos 29.
He's always pumping each other up. He's always trying to uplift the team. And though some games are hard, he's always there helping each other. And even at halftime, no matter if we're up or down, he's always there helping each other out. And so I'm sure before the game today, he'll give us a great pregame speech and get us all fired up, and we'll be ready to go.
Certainly great game from him last week. Now we're going to look around San Diego and make some game picks. With our first game on the list, we got La Jolla Country Day going to Mount Carmel. That game kicks off at 7 p.m. Who we got?
I'll say La Jolla Country Day.
You can take La Jolla Country Day. I'm going to take the home team, Mount Carmel. I think it's just been a team that's been a little bit on the uprise lately. I think they take it at home this week.
I'm going to have to take Mount Carmel on this one. I know they got a good team this year. La Jolla Country Day always has a good team. I mean, private schools always do, but still got to go with the home team, Mount Carmel.
I'm also going to go with Mount Carmel. Pretty solid squad. They did pretty well last year, but pretty sure they had a week 1 win last week, so I think they're going to stay hot and they're going to win.
Then the next game we're going to take a look at San Pasqual at number 11, Torrey Pines. The game's going to kick off at 7:15.
Yeah, I'll go with Torrey Pines on this one.
Certainly, Torrey Pines, I'm going to have to agree with you on that. They're ranked number 11 for a reason. They've been a great program for a while. It's a really hard environment to play, and they've got a great student section. I'll take Torrey Pines.
First and 10.
I'm going to take Torrey Pines too. They're a great historical school, great at football, so I think this one's obvious pick.
I agree. I'm also going to take Torrey Pines. Always a solid squad over there, and they got a good student section behind them, so they'll have the home field advantage.
Next game, we'll take a look at number 3, La Costa Canyon, going to number 7, Mount Miguel. The game's going to kick off at 7 p.m.
We played the Costa Canyon a few years back, and they're pretty good. I was a freshman at that time, and they're all seniors now, so I'm going to have to go with La Costa on that one.
I'm going to have to agree. La Costa Canyon, they got one of the best quarterbacks in San Diego, arguably the best, Quinn Roth. You know, he's just been really showing off his skills, and now that he's a senior, fully developed, he's going to really show what he can do. Obviously, Mount Miguel, a very good team. We faced them last week. They got a lot of good guys on both sides of the ball, but I think LCC is going to win this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take LCC too. I think they are a great offensive school, but they have to lock in on defense this week and try to lock down Brandon Arrington, a great athlete, as well as possible.
Yeah, I'm going to take LCC too. I was at the game last week actually, and they got some dogs over there. They play with a lot of fight and a lot of energy, so definitely going to take LCC with this one.
Next game we're going to take a look at from the southern section, number 22, ranked via Max Reps, Long Beach Poly. It's going to be two different sections as they're going to go head down to number 1 ranked Lincoln. Who you got in that one?
They're first
I'm
and
going to go Long Beach
second
Poly.
out.
I've kind of been following them. They seem pretty prepared.
Certainly, Long Beach Poly, they've been a really, really good program for many, many years now. One of the highlight names you think about when you talk about high school football. But this Lincoln team has been something special. They've been an absolute powerhouse as of late, developing players like if it was a factory. They're number 1 for a reason. Give me Lincoln.
I will also have to take Lincoln. They're number 1, which is a hard title to get, and they obviously won Open Division CIF last year, so I think they got lots of skill, lots of power. They're a great family, so I'm definitely going with Lincoln on this one.
I'm going to take what seems to be the underdog. I'm going to take Long Beach Poly. They got a good squad over there, and I think Lincoln's going to have a big upset, and I'm going to go with Long Beach Poly.
That game's going to kick off at 7. Finally, the last game, we're going to take a look at the game that you guys have all been waiting for. The game that we are here at, we have Tesoro from the southern section coming into San Marcos, number 10 ranked, to take on the Knights. That game's going to kick off at 7:15. Who you got?
Tesoro. Tease up.
Well, he makes it very clear. I'm going to have to go against them. I'm going to take the San Marcos Knights. This is a really good team. They played a really hard game last week. They're going to be looking to bounce back. They're hungry. They want to win. It's country night, which is one of the best themes. I'm going to go San Marcos, Knights country. Let's ride.
I think I'm going to have to go San Marcos too, of course. And they definitely want it bad because of that loss last week. So they're going to come out with power, and I hope they don't put their heads down. They got to keep their heads up all game.
I think it's anyone's game. Last year's game against Tesoro was probably one of my favorite games all season. It was pretty close up until the end. Both teams were pushing really hard, but I think with the home field advantage, that's going to give San Marcos the win tonight.
There you have it. San Marcos is going to take the panel 3-1. And that's all we have for you on tonight's show. If you're in the area, this game's going to kick off at 7:15. You can come on in, get some tickets to watch it. If you're not going to be able to come in, you can go to NFHS Network. We'll have the game streaming for you. Once again, I'm your host, Brady Chester, my co-host, Taj Knowles, special guest Stephen Pittman, and Eddie Guy from Tesoro. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for watching San Marcos High School Game Day. We'll see you next time.
What a play by number 8, Seth Ranger.